Hi again. It's me. Um, like I said from the beginning, I don't know exactly what I plan on doing with these YouTube videos. It really feels like I'm basically creating a video journal or something of that extent. But tonight, we are going to talk about mental illness. Mental illness doesn't always mean like autism or special needs like Down syndrome or stuff like that. Mental illness can also mean anxiety and depression. And so I'm going to tell you about what happened tonight. So I know I've talked about my dogs before, or I'm pretty sure I have. I got Ranger, who's my 4-year-old German Shepherd, and then I got Luna. I've had her since she was 9 months old, and she is currently 2. And then 2 weeks ago, well, tomorrow will make 2 weeks that I've had this third one that I named Kitty Cat. Well, I let them outside, and I literally walked to the microwave, put a breakfast bowl in it, started it, and walked back to the door. So, literally a minute. I was gone from the door a minute. And within that minute, that was long enough for Luna and Miss Kitty Cat to run off and take off after something in the woods. Ranger was staying in there. He's my good boy. He's been through enough to know when mom gets mad, she gets mad and don't run off. Well, as soon as I realized they was gone, I grabbed the shock collar remote and I stood out on the porch hitting the beeper because I don't have to hit the electrocution button or the shock button. I don't have to hit that. All I have to do is hit the beep button. And normally, any of my dogs that are close by that beep, they come running. Well, they didn't. So I put on my boots and I put on some sweatpants. And Ranger came from around the house back towards the back of the house. So that's initially where I took off to, because I figured if that's where he came from, that's where them two went. Well, last year, Luna killed my neighbor's duck that was on our property. It's my cousin. And ever since then, I have been so paranoid that she's going to run off and she's going to kill another animal, and that's going to be it. Like, I try so hard. Anytime I let them out, I stand right at the door and I watch them. I might step away for literally 1 minute, but I try to stand right there at that door and I watch them. And during the daytime when I let them out, if it's nice and warm and I can tolerate the temperature outside, I will sit outside with them so they can run and run and run. But today was chilly, so I didn't. But like I said, I grabbed my boots, put on my sweatpants, I grabbed the remote to that collar, and I went down the backyard, and I started hitting that sound, the beep button, and they didn't come. So I started hollering for Luna. She didn't come, and I kept hollering, I kept whistling, kept hollering. They didn't come. I heard some barking coming up from my neighbors to the back right of me. And I was trying to listen to see if it was them two, because that's what it sounded like. It was them two. And then I walked up there, and I literally had to walk all the way up to the porch because I could still hear a dog barking, and I thought it was mine, but it turns out it was my neighbor's. And then he came out, and I said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be walking up here, but the dogs, they took off and I don't know where they are, and I heard your dog up here barking, and I thought it could be them." Because that Ranger, he used to go up there all the time because he loves their dog. So he would go up there and play with her and stuff like that. And my first thought was, oh, this is great. Like, they're at one of my neighbor's houses killing one of their animals or something, and hell is going to end up breaking loose. And I mean, that's where my initial thought went, because that's what happened. Like I said, Luna killed one before, but I try so hard to be so responsible. Like I said, I stand at the door to watch them when they go out. During the day, I go out with them when it's warm enough. And this is where the talk about mental illness comes into play. Because I drove up and down the road looking for him with the shot collar. I had the shot collar out the door, was hitting the beep button. Because I could hear my neighbors. He's got German Shepherds. He's got one outside. And I could hear his dog going off pretty well. And I thought, okay, they might be down there. So I drove down there and was hitting the shot collar and the beep on it, and they didn't come. Well, when I came back down this way toward the house and stuff, Luna was standing out in the yard, but Kitty Cat wasn't anywhere to be found. So I got out and I put Luna in the house, and then I figured, well, if Luna's back, then Kitty Cat can't be that far. So I started walking down through my neighbor's field back behind my house. And my first thought was, if they ended up killing one of my neighbor's animals, I'm done. Like, I can't stand this shit no more. Like, the thought of committing suicide crossed my fucking mind. Just because my fucking dogs ran off and I couldn't fucking find them. And I literally live in the fucking middle of nowhere. But even though I live in the middle of nowhere, I can literally throw a baseball and hit somebody's house. Like, I have a neighbor down here. I have a neighbor back here. He's at least like over 40 yards away. I got my cousins across the road. Like, it did. Killing myself literally crossed my mind just because my dogs took off and I could not find them. Like, I also already feel like my cousins that live basically next door and stuff, they already have it out against me anyway. And they don't want me here. Even though this is the house I literally grew up in. I've lived in this house my whole entire life. My grandfather bought this in like 1970s or something. I really feel like they have it out against me and they're trying to get me out of my house and shit. I guess that should definitely be some sort of statement to my mental state, or I don't know what to say about it. But it's not like just any little inconvenience that happens in my life, I instantly think about killing myself. It's like major shit like that. Because if Luna would have killed another animal, she killed my cousin's duck last year. Like, that would have been it. Because I've always been told once a dog gets a taste of blood, they don't stop. They'll continue to kill. And when she killed that duck last year, I told my cousin to just, I'll bring her down there. You can let you can let your dad shoot her. Or your husband can take her out back and shoot her. It's an eye for an eye. But the fact that 2 of the dogs fucking ran off and couldn't find them, I was out there, I know, for at least 30 minutes or more trying to find them. I mean, yes, I finally did find them. They finally came home. But what did they do while they was gone? What neighbors did they go to? What damage did they do? What damage did they cause? I don't know. I'll end up finding out here within probably the next 12 hours or so. Because I already have a neighbor a half mile down the road I have problems with, because when Ranger wasn't fixed, he went down there and was trying to mate their 2-pound chihuahua. Did they by chance make it down there? I don't know. If they did, what'd they do? And it's not anything against this new dog that I call Kitty Cat, because I don't feel like she had proper training and stuff like that. But I don't know. But see, that's a problem with being mentally ill. Like, I, for the longest time, wouldn't admit that I was depressed. But over the last 2 years, I will openly admit that I'm not sure entirely what level my depression's at, but I will admit that I have depression and I have anxiety. I know nobody's watched the other videos I made, but if any chance somebody would watch this, if you think I have other shit, I mean, there's a possibility. I don't know. I mean, I was going to a trauma therapist and stuff like that. I know she told me I have PTSD, but other official diagnosis, I don't know. But like I said, I just wanted to make this video to talk about mental illness, and like it's not easy for people. It's not easy for people who are depressed, or when somebody tells you that they're depressed and stuff, don't take it lighthearted. Don't just push it off and stuff. In all honesty, I will openly admit it. I have been suicidal for, oh god, I don't know, probably since high school or something like that. I mean, I've cut myself before. I think I started cutting in middle school or something like that. My most recent time cutting was December. I actually have once tried to kill myself, and that was at least like 4 years ago. No, I think it was before my gastric bypass. About 5 or 6 years ago. And I literally drank a whole bottle of Fireball whiskey, and I literally took a huge handful of 500 milligrams of Tylenols. And when I say a huge handful, I mean I probably took at least 100,000 milligrams of Tylenol or more, with literally a full bottle of whiskey, a fifth of whiskey. I woke up the next morning, puked my fucking guts out. I mean, that's not what I was wanting to accomplish, but that's what happened. But since then, I mean, I haven't done anything like that, but I've done little stuff that people don't realize to try to, like 2019, the December of like 2018 into 2019 and stuff, had high blood pressure and stuff, and they gave me medicine I intentionally didn't take it to try to let nature take its course. I'm still supposed to be on blood pressure medicine, and I still wasn't taking it, just so Mother Nature could just take its course. Because if that's what's supposed to happen, then just let it happen. But like I said, I don't know if anybody will see this, but if they do, and no, I don't need, if anybody does watch this, I don't need anybody to call my local law enforcement to do like what is it, self-help or a check-in or anything like that. I made it through another birthday. I'm still sitting here. I'm one of them. I seen a video on Facebook one day, and it said I'm suicidal, but I don't give up. I know there's hope, and I know there's a chance for a better day. Like, so yes, I'm suicidal, but I still keep pushing through because I know it can get better. I don't know what to do to make me happy or what to, like, I don't think not being suicidal will ever happen. Like, I hate to say it, I think it's just kind of hardwired into my brain. And yes, there's medicine and stuff like that. But I'm already on more medicine than I want to be. I'm on more than I want to be. But I'm going to go hop in the shower. If anybody does watch this, I hope you guys have a good night. Or whenever you watch this, I don't know, you could watch it like 10 years from now and it's during the day. But whenever it is, I hope you have a good life or good time.